Explain why there must be an upward force acting on the ladder at B. Now, first you have to understand what exactly is happening, even though they have not mentioned the forces. Shows two forces acting. They don't say all the forces. One is this force and one is this force. And he says the ladder rests on a vertical wall and on the rough ground. On so this ground is rough, and they don't mention anything about the wall, whether it is rough or smooth. But actually, it is smooth. You can get this because the force acting here is perpendicular at this point. Now, so I'll explain what is and what happens in rough. In rough, if this wants to slide in this direction, there must be some force to pull it back. There is no other force, so this has to be rough first. The other thing is if if it is there's a force, if there's a force acting horizontally, if there's a force acting horizontally, there has to be, you see, it's like this. When we say, just a sec, huh, they they don't give all the forces. But they just mention a few forces, but actually the forces are uh, okay. Okay. So what happens is uh, the condition is the sum of all forces is zero. The resultant force is zero. Now, when you say na sum of all forces is zero, it means sum in the horizontal direction is also zero, sum in the vertical direction is also zero. So what is happening is there's a force acting here. So this is a horizontal force. There must be another force which acts. So there will be a force here because this is rough. But the question was why why there must be an upward force acting. This is not about the horizontal force. He's asking upward force. Obviously, if there is a downward force here, there must be an upward force here. Because this force will be cancelled by this force or balanced by this force. This force is balanced. This force is balancing this. So basically, everything the both the conditions. We just say force. We say all the force. So the answer to this is why there must be an upward force acting on B. You will say because there is a downward force acting at the weight, it must be balanced by some other vertical force acting upwards. The only force present here is horizontal, so there must be another force. And actually, there is a force because of the roughness, one force here. So there is no other force. These are the four forces: one here, two here, three here, four here. And these two forces come because of the rough wall. This is smooth. There's no force acting. Like if this will slide down, na, something, if there was a smooth, this was rough, there would have been a force here. But they don't mention. So that means the wall is smooth. And that we don't consider these two forces because taking pivot at B only. I mean, we are taking moments about B. That's why we don't consider these two. They are not given this in the question. So that is the trick they play. They don't give. I hope you understood.